Welcome back, fellow milk drinkers, to another Monday Milk Review. My name is Jacob, and today we're going to be looking at Nippy's Iced Honeycomb. Now, to some of you, this might be a familiar brand, but to people like me, I had literally never heard of this until I went to New Zealand and saw it for the first time. Some people say that this used to be in their tuck shops at primary school and things like that, but yeah, I'm not familiar with this brand whatsoever. Nippy's is a long life milk brand of flavoured milks. There's a couple of other flavours which I have in my fridge, which I plan to review in the future, one of them being a strawberry and a chocolate flavour. But today we're looking at the Iced Honeycomb. I'm pretty sure this is the first carton I've ever had to open on camera for a Monday Milk Review, so without further ado, let's dive right into it. Now, something of mention, there is a line for cutting this open, which is probably the more logical choice for me, but I'm going to open it with the straw. Now that the straw is removed, let's just puncture the carton and just pour it into our glass. So we have punctured the carton. Let's grab the glass and pour it in, shall we? That flow is more than disappointing. I might fast forward this bit. Alright, so I've only managed to spill a drop on the outside of the glass. I would call that a success. The carton is more worse for wear in its shape. However, luckily, these can just be manipulated back into form. Smelling from the carton, that is incredibly sweet. It reminds me almost of a caramel flavour. Of course, it's a honeycomb, but that's just the sense of smell that I get from it. Putting the carton off to the side, let's get into the drink, shall we? So it's a very, very sweet smelling drink. I would suggest if you don't like sweet drinks, you're probably not going to like how this smells, but I wonder how it tastes. Now, as far as I can remember, this is the first honeycomb flavoured milk I've ever had. I don't think anyone else does honeycomb flavoured milk. It's really nice. It's definitely something quite different, and I think that adds a lot. If it's new and different, it's more interesting to me. It's not as sweet as it smells. I think that's actually quite a very bearable level of sweetness. It's quite nice to me. Some people might find it a little bit too strong, but it's definitely not overbearing and it's definitely not underwhelming. Now, I was worried about the milk tasting slightly weird because it's a long-lasting, long-life milk, whatever they're called. The ones they're meant for storage. It's actually pretty decent. The flavor is nice, the consistency's nice, the milk's nice. It's not very creamy. I would kind of put it on par with body of a breaker. Like, it feels like very much the same consistency of a breaker. I would definitely recommend this drink. It's been very hard for me to find. I've only found it in one location so far, which is a Drake's, also sometimes called IGA supermarket. They're a little bit less common, but if you go into those independent grocers, you're more likely to find more interesting flavors that you don't see in the mainstream. I've been revisiting one of the IGAs which had the vanilla breaker, and they still have not restocked that item. It is that hard to find. To give a number to this drink, I think I'm going to rate it about a 7. I don't think it's really that groundbreaking that it deserves a higher rank. In the end, it's still quite a simplistic drink. I don't think it really has any need to improve. It's got no real negative takeaways. I guess the only thing which makes me a little bit apprehensive to give this a higher rank is that you can tell it's just artificial flavoring. But that being said, it's still nice. And with the glass finished, I definitely support this drink. It's quite nice and I'd recommend you go try it for yourselves. Remember, Drake's or IGAs, you're gonna just have to check them randomly and hopefully they'll have them in stock. If you liked this week's episode, don't forget to consider dropping a like and maybe even subscribing if you want to show your full support. If you aren't yet following me on Instagram, I'll put that right here as well as in the description below, and I'll thank you once again very much for watching, and I'll see you next week in the Monday Milk Review. Bye bye!